time. I'm missing high. I'm still gifted, regardless if it's Christmas. Snooze my alarm again, and a lot might come to get me before I ride away in that Bentley. This what he said, you might not wake up if you snooze it again. You can't let a new era get to your head. Dress for the camera again. Funny how you look the best when you at the top. Funny how you look the same when you die. Respect the dead, they gon' ask me, but you can't see Gucci shoes in it. There's gotta be better ways to lengthen my resume. I wish I could get away. I might just try today.
And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. We'll watch the Chicago Bulls in this one as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Alongside Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we got another seat right here in the NBA. No better insider than Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, great to have you with us.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. It's great to be here. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Look at Richard Jefferson. He's like a kid in a candy store. He cannot wait to talk to you.
Yes, we love RJ.
Hey, Shams, for the Bulls, the overall approach has seemed to be steady as she goes, stay in our lane, business as usual. But do you think that'll continue?
And business has been good, Kevin. One of the best attendance rates in the league. But listen, this is a Bulls organization that has to figure out its right direction and see how they can continue to build and find a way to build from the ground up and reach new heights, whether it is going a more rebuilding route, a more in the middle route, versus going and really taking big swings. I think this is an organization that is very much trying to find their direction.
Oh, you're kind of setting the table. A lot could happen with this team. Good stuff. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the center. And for Chicago, Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. The wingmen, White and Levine. And it's Giddey in at the point guard position. Here's Vucevic. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Here's Levine. Can't get it to fall. It's Edwards on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Alexander Walker. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Billy, Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build. Not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. No one near Randle as he lets it go. Bangs home the trifecta.
And you don't see that kind of quickness from your bigs very often. Randle with great hands there.
Bulls moving the ball around. And again, Chicago, no good. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Edwards, and he drives in, and finished off by Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Bulls trail by 8, and we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detailed defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more, that should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree.
Consistently productive. Vooch can get you 20 and 10 every single night. Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Gobert with a screen for Conley from the high post. Rebound collected by Levine. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. For Chicago, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
What makes Vooch so tough is the combination of size and athleticism. Defenses are always trying to figure him out. That's why this man is a double-double every night.
And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Here's Minnesota. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Gobert with a screen on Ball. Randle with the ball, working on Williams. Count that one.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 10. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Clock at 6. And again, no good by Chicago.
Normally he drains that.
Here's Edwards. Handle outside. Pass to Conley. Shoots over Ball. And Conley gets it to go. The assist from Randle. Randle's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Giddey the pass to Ball. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Launches it from deep. That shot off. And so it's Minnesota up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Edwards in a 2-guard. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Bulls. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organization, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Torrey Craig. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Chicago making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. Gobert comes in for Joe Ingles. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now, here's Dosunmu. He saw him with 10 points last game.
Really nice job there by Buzelis. Already sees the floor at a high level.
Well, we've talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution, maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis, those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are two teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference feel.
Here is Conley. The Bulls getting the bucket. Reed. They get it back, and Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Edwards looking it over. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Reed. It's a called in by the Bulls. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And tonight, I expect them to play better offensively. Try to get some closer looks.
Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
And he can take off from anywhere at any. Anytime, Edwards always a threat.
Ball against Conley. Now Ball. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul here pretty early in this one. He's got to be careful for the rest of this half.
And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Levine's checked in for Horton Tucker. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Dosunmu. Timberwolves also changing it up. Julius Randle comes in for Naz Reid. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Edwards. A nice shot by McDaniels. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And just great to have Shams join us, isn't it, guys? Such a wealth of knowledge.
Yet no one is more locked in on the league. If there's a move happening, Shams knows about it before the players do.
Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in, and it's Vucevic missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
McDaniels passes to Alexander Walker. Randall from outside. Rebound collected by Levine. Bulls trail by 13. White bounce pass. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Some nice ball movement here by the Bulls. And Levine, here we go, off on the layup.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Gobert with a screen on White. Alexander Walker passes to Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
McDaniels against Levine. From deep three-point land. The shot missing. And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be right back after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum on. They're thinking about the shot. Ooh, better luck next time. Give it up for the participants.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. First on the menu is looking at what games will be coming up here shortly. The Trailblazers will square off against the Spurs in San Antonio. 8 p.m. Eastern, that one gets started.
I'm looking for a possible upset in that one.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Bulls.
They have to lock it down defensively. Giving up great shots is a great way to lose a game.
And if you're disruptive at that end, it creates transition offense. I'm telling you, that's where you get the easy looks.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Levine and Williams up in the forward position. The guard set is Giddey and White, and it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
And here's Edwards after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Now here's White. Scoreless thus far. Here's LaVine. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. He's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Yeah, it looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Look, I'm no doctor, and I know that might be a surprise to a lot of you people, but look, that looked pretty harsh, and he's certainly going to have to miss some extended time.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Timberwolves. Rebound by the Bulls.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
RJ for the Bulls, their last 2 seasons have ended with losses in the play-in.
Yeah, they finished as the 9th seed both years and won their first play-in games. But that second play-in game has been a problem, which is why they need to set themselves up better during the regular season.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. And here's Levine, following Julius Randle's 3 with his first shot attempt. And again, no good by Chicago. Timberwolves leading by 18. High post, Gobert. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Giddey. The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. White's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Daniels is checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Mike Conley. What's the news, David?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer. And from what he can tell, he said it doesn't appear to be a terrible injury. He'll have to sit the rest of this one out, and it's unclear how much longer he'll be out afterwards. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts. Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Here's Giddey. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 11 rebounds in the game. Gobert with a screen on White. Edwards drives in. Giddey against DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Randle, blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Randle's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randle's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
And Randle has got the ball here for Minnesota. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Edwards kicks to Gobert. Three-pointer, Randle sinks the three-pointer. Randle's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Timberwolves. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. On the wing, Levine. McDaniels defending. Nobody near Williams. And again, unable to change momentum here. Timberwolves leading by 22. Gobert, the screen. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. And Dillingham subbed in for Edwards. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tried that. really good.
And so it's Minnesota finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. We've got Joe Ingles. McDaniels is out there with Reed. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Reed with it. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. Shot clock at 5. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dillingham's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Minnesota. Ball against DiVincenzo. Ball, the pass to Dosunmu. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
Dillingham with the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Chicago. Smith sets the pick for LaVine. And the jam by LaVine.
One of the best dunkers of this era. LaVine loves to put on a show.
DiVincenzo with it, now guarded by Ball. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dillingham's got 9 points here in the second half.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Outside Edwards, driving to the basket, and Edwards slams it in.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Ball against DiVincenzo. The drive by Ball. Slams it in.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Ball. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. LaVine, and LaVine throws it down.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. misses the three. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Horton Tucker, that's good. Horton Tucker's got his first bucket of the night.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Knocks down the three ball.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's Smith. Oh, and the dunk by Smith.
Showing off those playmaking skills, Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. To the wing on the left, Reed finds McDaniel. And the Timberwolves jack on 2 more.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they'd been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Anthony Edwards.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
Chicago ball.
.11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Dante DiVincenzo. Second personal foul.
That free throw good from Giddey.
At the line for the Wolves, Josh.
And both free throws good for Giddey. Here's Shannon. Shoots over White. And that falls. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's presentation on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Be a good boy, Johnny, don't you ever play with. So they say, so they say.